Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're doing Niagara and UEFN. This is like my third time recording it because everything keeps going wrong. My video was just really laggy and nothing wanted to work. So anyways, yeah, we're making our own Niagara system and we're making some cool ambient effects. And yeah, that's the main thing about it. So, I already made these folders. I colored this one for my VFX and I have some textures I imported. So yeah, without further ado, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. So first off, we're going to make a function here. We're going to call this mf underscore emissive, or fix emissives. There's that. And now I'll come over here and make a collection parameter. And before I get started, you need to have knowledge over materials to understand anything that's going on. So just want to put that out there. So I'm going to call this npc underscore global emissive. So in here, I'm going to add two different parameters. The first one's going to be our global glow. I'm going to scale this up to 10. And this one's going to be our eye adaptation. This is going to be at 1.68. There we go. Okay. So now since I have those set up, we'll go into my function here. We'll go ahead and just delete that. We'll get a function input. We're going to name this color input. So we're going to go ahead, have a multiply coming out of there. Not normalize, multiply, my bad. And we're going to go ahead and get a static switch parameter. We'll name this use npc. And then we'll grab another multiply and plug this in here. This will plug into both of these. So then we're going to go ahead and grab our collection parameter. Select our global emissive. This will be our global glow. True, we'll have that. And we'll have another one down here, global glow. We'll set this to 10 as well. There we go. Okay. So plug this into false. So then, I'm going to grab another multiply here. Multiply down here. We're going to get the same thing here. But except we're going to get another collection parameter. Do the same thing. Get my eye adaptation. Plug this into true. Get this down here. Eye adaptation. And we'll set this to a value of 1.68. There we go. Okay, that's false. So we're going to multiply that in here. And then we're actually going to grab our eye adaptation. Multiply it out on top. And we'll just plug this into here. Drag this out a little bit. Boom. Then we'll get a function output. And we'll call this fixed emissives. So there we go. Plug that into there. So basically what this is doing is right here, we're getting our glow onto our input of whatever material we have going on. After that, it's coming out to our eye adaptation. It's putting our eye adaptation onto that, and it's resulting in our final output. Which in here, it looks like nothing, but once you get the material and everything on there, it should look correct. So now, since we got that set up, we'll come over here to my materials. And we'll do m underscore Niagara base. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to set up some basic things. Type in Niagara in here. Turn all three of those on. Make it translucent and make it unlit. Sorry if I'm moving kind of fast. I've recorded this a couple times, so I'm not trying to take forever. Anyways, okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab our param. We're going to call this base color. And all we're going to do is turn this to white. Like that. And then I'm going to grab our texture of tiling dust. Grab that in here. We're going to grab our panner and our texture coordinate. Plug that into there, onto there. Set this up to 1.1. And then we're just going to alert this. This is alpha right here. And this is our base. So as you can see, we have that working. And then we're going to grab our particle color. This is the way where we add color to this through the Niagara system. So all we need to do is multiply those two together and plug that into B instead. So with that now, we can go ahead and grab our function real fast. Fix emissives. Color input there. Plug that into my emissive color. And boom, we have that going on. And now, hold on, give me a second here. Alright. So with that now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab Or we're gonna make a gradient here. This can be the way that it fades towards the bottom, but not on the top. Give a subtract onto that red real fast. Set that to 0.9. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab a linear gradient. Lerp that into here. You there. You go into B, or you go into B. You go into A. So then we have a gradient like that. So then with that, what we're gonna do is get our circle texture, just like that. And we're going to add the red here into this. And what should happen is, if I plug that into my opacity, we will see, oh, not add, we want to multiply, or no, we want to lerp, sorry, I'm throwing this all off. Set that alpha, make this the B, and then we want to plug that into my opacity. That should fix that. So there we go. Okay, so now with that there, we can actually, probably subtract this to like 0.99. There we go, so we can see more of a fade, for sure. So now since we got that all set up, we're gonna go ahead and grab a dynamic material parameter and set the top one to be named opacity. This will allow us to take off the opacity inside the material. And then I change this to 0, as if it's 1, it'll fully subtract the whole opacity, but if it's 0, it won't subtract any of it. And this is how we're gonna hide it whenever we're making it blend out through the Niagara system. So all we need to do now is grab a subtract, plug this lerp into here, plug the opacity into the B, and then come up here and plug that into opacity. There we go. We'll go ahead and we'll save that. This is size finish. There we go. Okay. So now since we got that, I did not mean to pull that up. We'll go ahead and we will make ourselves our first system. So we're just gonna make an empty one. We're gonna call this ns underscore beam with ambient. There we go. So we'll go ahead. I'm gonna grab our material real fast. Oops, wrong one. And we're plugging this into here. So I'm gonna go ahead and we want to start with spawn rate. So the way I plug that in, by the way, is all you gotta do is click up there and you just set the material there. So then in my meta update, we're gonna spawn rate. We'll set this up to be 50 to start. And then in our particle spawn, we're gonna add velocity. We're gonna fix issue. Make sure you press the bottom one, not the top one. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna do from point. We're gonna set this to about 50. As you can see, we have those looking like bubbles right now. So we're gonna go ahead and get our color. And we're gonna set this to be more orange. There we go. Okay, cool. So now with that, what we can do, I feel like it's not very bright though. Set this to be 10, right? Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't look that bright. Ooh, the close-up's crazy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to open this real fast and figure out why it's not very bright. I think it's this doing that. There you go, yeah. Okay, we want to keep that 0.9. Cool. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to, gravity. We're going to do gravity. We're going to set this to be about 100. And now we have that going up in a cool little thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and add some vortex force. Set this, 200 should be fine for now, actually. We don't really got to touch that. So you can see we have it going up in a cool little vortex motion. I'm also going to add attraction. And we're going to get point attraction force. Set strength to be about 50. 50 seems like a little too much, so we'll do like 20, maybe 15. And I'm going to add a little bit more velocity too. I'm going to set it to about 100. And I might change this to be 50 again. And change this to about like 300. So there we go. We have it doing some more cool things here. And it's looking more emissive. And then my particle spawn rate, I might change this up to 100 so it looks more filling. There we go. So we got this cool emissive effect going on here. So I'm going to rename this to be ambient. And now we're going to get another one here. But before we do that, we're going to drag this out and we're going to see how it looks in game. So as you can see, we have a cool we have a cool ambient effect going on. I don't know, my mic keeps turning off randomly. I'm sorry about that, guys. So now, what we can do is we can go ahead and get a shape here. We'll grab a spear. We'll scale that up. I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick material to put on this because I don't want it to be white. M_ball. So I'm gonna call it. And I'm gonna go ahead and set this up real fast. Unlit, translucent. I'm gonna go ahead and come over here to my textures. Just to make it turbulent, so that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna get a texture coordinate into a panner. Set this to be 0.1 or 0.5, and I might set this to be 0.1. There, okay, plug it into there. I'm gonna lerp it, put this as an RGB, grab a color real fast. I'm gonna set it to be like an orange. Like that, okay. We're gonna plug this into, oh, not like that. Plug that into my opacity. And then we're gonna come over here, get my function real fast, plug that into there, and boom, there we go. Okay, so we have that ball texture. And now I'm gonna go over to materials, ball, boom. So now I wanna go ahead, put this where this is at. So copy you, and paste you there, cool. Alright, so now it looks like the ball has these effects come off of it, which is really cool. That's what we're going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this up a little bit. And I want to add a beam to that now, to where there's a beam under it coming up to the ball. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that. So inside of the same system, we'll go ahead and add another empty. We're going to go ahead and change the material here to be set to this. Alright, there we go. Turn that off and on. Let me get our spawn rate. We'll set this to another 50 to start. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add velocity. We're going to fix body issue as we did before. From point, we're going to set this to about 50. So there you go. You can see it's going on here. We're going to go and grab our color real fast. Set this to be about orange. Also, one other thing I want to do is add dynamic materials here. So what this is going to allow us to do is fade out whenever they despawn instead of just disappearing out of thin air. Because as you can see, whenever they despawn, they just kind of pop away. So we're going to go ahead and get a float from curve. Set the starting value to 0. Set this middle one to 0.5 and set this one to 1. So now, as you can see, what happens is they fade away. That's what we're going for. So now, on our beam, what I want to do is add or get gravity. Let's set this to about 100. Maybe a little bit more. I think 100 should be fine. Alright, so with that now, I don't like the position of it. So what I'm going to do is go to my particle spawn, and we're going to change the position of it to about negative 1200. That's what I'm thinking. I'm also going to change the time on it to be 9. And then on my velocity, I'm going to do negative 1200. So as you can see, it's way down there now, which is what we want. Because we want them to despawn right as soon as they hit the orb. Now 9 seconds might still be a little bit too much. I might just reduce the gravity force to about 50. See if that helps. See here, once it gets up there, it just kind of despawn. It does, I think. Maybe 25. See what happens. They go up. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna reduce some velocity speed by 25. So it's not getting pushed out as much. And that should be about right. So if I save that now, we come look at that in here, you can see we have the emissives coming off of it. And then we got that cool little vortex down there coming up, entering that, and just despawning while it's inside, which is awesome. But like I said, the despawn does not look very good. So we want to get the dynamic materials again, turn all these off, grab a float from curve, set the default one to 0, set the 0.5 one to 0, and then set this one to 1. And there we go. Awesome. So now as you can see, they're going to go up, and they're despawning really early, which we don't want. I don't know why they're despawning so early. We'll go to 0.8 here and set that to 0. That should fix that, hopefully. Let's see. Oh yeah, that definitely fixed it. I'm gonna go to 0.9 though on it, because it's still despawning a little early. There you go. So now it should be going and at least reaching the orb before they start despawning. Yep, there they go. I like that. That's pretty cool. And then another thing I can do, if I want it to go faster, just add some more gravity to it. And set the lifetime a little smaller to like 7. So then it looks like it's actually attracting it. And 7 might still be not enough, so we'll set that to about, no, it's 54, 6. Let's see what's happening. Cool. I like to see that. Okay, so there we go. We got a really cool little emissive thing going on here, and I like it. So that's how you do Niagara, really simple, really basic. Nothing too crazy. I really hope this video turns out, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna cry, bro. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a great day, night, whatever, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching fully, and I'll catch you all in the next one.